All right, hey guys, we are here and we're going to be talking about the Ranger versus the Colorado. Which one is going to be best for you? I'm going to let this video play a little bit here, show you kind of some of the details on these as we go through. And I got charts here and all kinds of stuff. And then we're going to build both of them, and then we're going to look for the best deals on both of them. But so basically, we're going to let this video play here that I did on the Colorado Trailboss. I've done a couple of these already. We'll let it run here as we dive into some specs. So here's the differences we have on here. So if we compare them, we got the Ranger Sport right here, and we picked the Ranger Sport XLT model because it's kind of the one that's most comparable. You could have done the FX4 as well too if you wanted to, but if the FX4, which I have not seen in person, but the FX4 puts the locker button into the screen. That's kind of upsetting. I don't like that feature where the Sport actually has a real locker button. I really do like that in here. But so let's look at these two here as we look at this between here. And like I said, could be an FX4 too, but they're basically the same thing. There's no difference except for some skid plates, some shock tuning, and some things. So, but we look at a Ranger XLT Sport package with the locker. Okay, the locker is optional. We built it that way, but Ford usually when the dealers are ordering, it's only $400 for the locker, so they're doing a locker anyway. So just keep that in mind. You have to find a Ranger Sport XLT with the rear locker. It is not automatically a given, yet most of them you see will have it. And we have the Colorado Trailboss. Okay, so we're comparing these two right here. I kind of highlighted who wins. We're going to dive into this and look at it, but and go through it and cover it. But motor-wise, you got the 2.7 i4 with 310, 391 foot-pounds of torque versus the 2.3 i4 with 270 and 310. However, with that said, the Ranger does come with as an option for $2,100. You can add in, as we built this out, I'll show you here when we get to this part, but we can add into this right here the 2.7 EcoBoost. Sorry, it's kind of cutting off the screen, but for $21.95 we can add that in. So it's kind of a nice feature there as well too if we wanted to actually go that route. So nice option in there if we wanted to do that. We will come back to that. Right now, like I said, we're going to kind of let this run a little bit here as it goes, show you kind of some of the things that are in here. This is the Trailboss we're looking at right now. But when it comes motor-wise, the Ranger kind of wins if you compare the 2.7 six-cylinder that it has, but the 2.3 is also very good and very reliable. It's $2,000 less, but the Colorado is going to win here, power and torque numbers over that one. MPG, though, the Ranger is going to win. 22 MPGs versus 19 combined for the Trailboss, so a little difference there. And the transmissions, 10-speed versus an 8-speed. I call it a wash. Ford's had so many problems with the 10-speed. The 8-speed had some problems too, but some people think less gears is better. Some people think more gears is better, so I'm leaving that one. I didn't really dive into that one too much, but you can see here, and this is one that's on there, note on here where the some things to note between these videos. Notice that down here we have a low tie down in the front. Okay, we don't have that on the Ranger. It's a big factor there, but the Colorado does. But you can kind of see some things in here as we're rolling through this. I show this truck, show all the details of it underneath, the skid plate setups, the whole deal, the interiors. You can see everything in here. Like I said, it's a beautiful layout. This is a gorgeous truck, no doubt about it. Love the Trailboss setup. Love the hard buttons. Love everything that we're seeing in here. Everything we got going on with this truck. It's, like I said, it's fantastic. Quality truck on every kind of level, as you see. And it does have, I didn't mention that in my list. I should have right there. We saw that. This is one difference in here. See how this has got four-wheel drive auto in here right here. You can see it's on a knob. That's a great thing for winter. I did not put that on my list here that I should have, but the Colorado does have 4 auto mode, which is a great thing, especially for if you live in a snowbelt areas. The Ranger does not. But that is a fantastic feature. Like I said, I'm human. I missed it. But that is a great bonus on there. But like I said, they're very similar as you're going to see here between the two of them. Fantastic trucks all the way around. We'll go through the back seat wise. You're going to win with the Colorado. We're going to go back there and look at it here and show you where you got more leg room in there. The Ranger does good, but when we get back into this, you can see driving position. Here's back seat leg room. Okay, in here, I mean, like I said, give you a first class, or you know, you'll see this on both videos here. So good leg room inside of here, nice setup in here, cup holders back there, the whole deal, everything that you're looking for in here. And I'm going to show you the under the seat storage. We got rear AC vents. See those right there? That's a beautiful thing to have them in this Colorado. That is a nice feature that we don't get with the Ranger. So nice setup. I'm pointing them out right there about the AC vents. Cup holders back here, which is really nice. So you get 4 cup holder access to the front for the driver to actually be able to use. We can here's the under the seat storage, which it does have also a 60-40 split seat, which is a big deal that the Ranger does not. And look at the amount of storage under here; it's massive comparatively. So you get that. That's a huge advantage. And you also get the Stow Flex, which is a nice feature as well too. Which I think I showed up here in the front. Let me look here for you to show you. Right back here in the tailgate. This compartment here, this Stow Flex compartment, is a gold mine. Okay, this is a very nice feature that you get here that you're not getting on the Ranger. This one has water in it. A lot of people commented on that in that video. This was unlocked. You saw that it was not locked when I got it. It's been left open. So water was going in there from the rainstorms. We get storms here almost daily in South Georgia in the summertime. But to somebody, whoever was looking at it before, did not lock that. It's supposed to be watertight. Maybe not dust tight, but watertight. But let's go take a look over here real quick at the Ranger, then we'll dive into some more. Here again, notice I'm pointing out right now, right off the bat, look at the positioning of these 6 tow hooks, or 6 tie downs versus 8. Okay, it's kind of, you got one good one there. Nothing up high back here, one up high there, nothing down low here. These 2 weird ones here, but you're missing the lower front ones are gone. They're not down there. There should be some down here, and I'm talking about that right now. That's a bummer, and I could care less about one up high like this. It's kind of pointless. But now back to our list. Payloading capacity wise, payload and towing between the two, it's a wash. Why is it a wash? Now you get 200 pounds more of towing with the Colorado, but you get 125 pounds or whatever more payload with the Ranger. And the difference between that is, if you're towing, there's tongue weight of the trailer, okay? And if you're going to be towing 7,000 pound trailer, the odds are you're going to max out tongue weight before you actually get to the payload capacity anyway. So realistically, these two are a wash. The Ranger carries a little bit more. Colorado says it tows a little bit more, but they're going to equal out. They're a complete wash 100%. Now, when it comes to the rear locker, when we look at it in the Ranger on the inside, now the Sport model, the beauty of this is in the Sport model here. I'm going to show you. I got to just kind of scrub here for a second right here. Okay, they give you can see it right here. See this button right here? This is a rear locker button. And it's an actual physical button, and that's a beautiful thing. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in the FX4, because of the off-road pages they give you in there, they move that and put that plus the modes up into the actual infotainment center. I know they do for the Raptor. Definite bummer that it is not down here, or maybe they changed this and we're not seeing it yet. But like I said, most of the Raptors I'm seeing, that button is not there. It's in the infotainment center. But we will see. Again, I've only been in one. This is my only 4-wheel drive one of these I've been in. And this Sport model has the locker button right here, and I straight up love that. That is a beautiful thing to have a physical button. If my infotainment screen goes out, I can still access my locker on and off on the trail to get me out. I like that a lot. So that's a beautiful thing. This one does not have an auto, so you got a 2-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive high, and a 4 low. In here, you can see here, I'll let you roll through this a little bit. Both have dampened tailgates, the same thing. They got power in them. You know, it's like I said, that's all easy. But back to this on here. Now when it comes to the locker in the Ranger is an electronic locker, like a button you saw over here in the Chevy. It is a G80 locker. There is no button for it. It is a actual mechanical locker that is going to kick in for you when you're actually driving, and you get 100 RPM of wheel speed. It is going to kick in for you and show it to you, or kick in for you. Sorry, I'm looking for something to show you here. But the G80 is a fan. They're both great things, but the electronic locker of the Ranger does win. It is a true dedicated instantaneous locker, where the G80 requires wheel spin, acting almost more like a limited slip differential. It is a locker and a mechanical one, but it's always on, which is nice. It's always there for you. But Ford will let you use the locker in 2 high, 4 high, whatever you want. Ford wins in the locker category. I even show you that here in I show you that in this one here. We actually go through the dash somewhere in here when I'm inside of it, and I show you that locker going. But I put that locker on, off, and 2 high, all that kind of stuff. I'll link both of these videos at the end for you so you can actually watch these. But like I said, you know, nice advantage there all the way around as well too. And this one here I wanted to show you. We'll show you the back seat of this too. See here, now it's one full seat. Now you got a couple little storage compartments, but look at how small these are comparatively. And there is no 60-40 split back here. And there's also no AC vents other than just those ones buried down there in the Ranger. So that's kind of a bummer there on that aspect. That's all you get. There's nothing here on the back of that one, right on the back side. I mean, like I said, see, it's a whole back seat. So you can't have gear stacked on one seat and open the other half. Doesn't give you that option. And to show you relative in that back seat space between me in there, which would be, where am I going in at? Again, I got to kind of scrub here a little bit to find it to show you. Right here, here's that back seat space. So like I said, still very good. That's with me in that position. Both of them do pretty well in this for mid-size areas, but this is up close. Here it is all the way back. I think the Colorado has a little bit more room in it, honestly. But both of them, great trucks. Like I said, the downside is that back seat. The back seat area of the Ranger is a little more limited and missing out compared to what the Colorado is. Back to the list on here that we have. So, off-road numbers, okay? Approach and departure angle. The Ranger wins, but barely. It's got a little less approach. It's got a little more departure, but wins barely ground clearance-wise. Colorado Trailboss wins barely, just a little bit, okay? Not a big difference. Weight-wise, there's about a 220-pound difference or whatever, 235-pound or 225-pound difference here, whatever it comes out to between the two trucks, with the Ranger winning a little bit. But the length and the width and the height, the size of the vehicle, the Colorado Trailboss is a bigger truck. So you are going to get more room. It's longer, it's wider. This width is without the mirrors, not counting the mirrors, and it's taller. So there's more physical space to that truck. The bed-wise on it, the length of the bed on a Ranger is only 59.6. And you're gaining almost 2 inches on the Colorado Trailboss of length at 61.7, but you're gaining width between the wheel wells on the Ranger 48.2, so you can fit a full-size sheet of plywood there if you want to, and you cannot get that sheet of plywood between the wheel wells on the Colorado. Tire-wise, here's the tie-downs that I showed you, the 8 in the Colorado and the 2 down low, which is what matters. The 2 down low in the front. They do not give you that in the Ranger. Ranger's coming with a 31 by 10 by 17-inch tire, and the Colorado's coming with a 32 by 10.5 by 18. Now, I've heard that both of these trucks are very capable of doing 33s without any issues, is what I'm hearing. So take that into consideration as well on there for you too. And so then when we go back to these videos here, you can kind of see, and then we're going to start building these here in a second. I'm going to link both of these videos so that you can dive in and do the comparisons. Like I said, both of these trucks are amazing trucks, quality trucks, and they're priced right, and you can't go wrong. And so as you can see there, the locker's on in 2 high. If you look right there, locker, I just had it right here. But look, I'm in 2 high, and I hit the locker button, and boom, the locker is engaged in 2 high. What a beautiful thing that Ford gives you that. I love that Ford lets you have that. So very nice features there. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to rearrange the screen, and we are going to do some building, and we're going to build both of these, and we're going to check some prices and all that. But I need to rearrange this screen setup, so we'll be right back for that. All right, so let's build both of these trucks. So here it is. I went in, I dove in. I'll kind of show you what we got going on here. But we have the Colorado Trailboss right here, and it gave us a summary of what we got, and I'll show you how we built it. But we didn't add a whole lot to it. I'll show you. So you got your standard features on here. It did cost $500 for this color paint, as it did for many of them. We left the interior standard. We left all that stuff standard. It comes with the G80 rear locker automatically, so we didn't have to do nothing. We did go with the 20 or 220 amp alternator had to come in with the advanced trailering package. It was, you can't have one without the other, but we added the trailering package in here so that we get that. Includes a trailer brake controller, and it includes the hitch and that stuff. And the convenience package includes the rear sliding window, the cruise control, some of that you're going to have in there too. So all said and done, we're coming out at $40,500 is the price, would be your window sticker price on this truck, okay? And you can see there, 42,535. Here's very close, very close. So here they are, a couple of them that are available right now in that color that you could just go buy is what you're showing you. We'll talk about the deals. I got a couple of those things running right over here for you. We're going to get to in a minute. But that's the Trailboss, basically set up right there for you. We didn't get too carried away. Again, 40,500. I'll come back and show you some of those options in a second, but let's just do the summary of this one. Ranger, we went with this one here. This is the XLT Super Crew. We got the 2.3 here. You can see 2.7 if you want. The EcoBoost is another $21.95. Beautiful feature, and I'm not going to lie, if it was me, I would probably go that way, but it is not out yet, and we cannot see it or drive it yet. And on top of that, even though it's a proven motor and been around a while, you know, things get a little iffy sometimes when you go stuffing different motors in a new truck and things like that. And honestly, this 2.3 is very proven, so I'm not sure. And there's a lot of deals on these. So you got, even though this one's $21.95 more, when it comes out and hits right away, it's not going to be discounted like this. So it might be a difference of $6,000 or $7,000 between these two trucks. That's the reason I didn't include the 2.7 right now. The only 21 here or 22 here, but very realistically, right now today could, even if you were to order, it could be $6,000 difference. So we'll figure. I'll show you that. We'll talk about it. But we got a four-wheel drive on here. We did add the $420 for that electronic rear locking axle. Left it as standard package on here. We included the tow package, which is in there. We got the sport appearance package, which is what you're seeing. It's got the 17-inch rims, which is a nice feature. I do like that it has 17s. I wish the Colorado had 17s on the Trailboss rather than 18s for a little more sidewall, but this does have a 1-inch taller tire, so it kind of evens out. They're about a wash right there in that category. We have the bed liner put in there already, and we got this is included with the manual slider. Is already included. I didn't add it. Brake controllers included as part of the package. 12400 in-cabin and bed power is included. Air conditioning singles on. Like I said, I didn't add any other features to this. I left it as it is. But here it is right here. Here's the breakdown on this one. Same setup. You can kind of see what we got. Test after options, destination charges. We come in right here at $42,480. So we're $42,500 versus right here we're at $45,000. So $2,000 more for the Ranger. But let's watch and see what happens when we start pricing them, okay? So you just saw as I went through these packages here, you saw kind of what we can do. I'm gonna scroll through this kind of for you to see the options, okay? So you can pause it at any time and you can see what options they're offering. Okay, just so you know as you're building it, I'm just trying to show you here so that you get a quick idea of some of your options you can. I'll do the same thing real quick for 30 seconds on the Colorado, then we're going to move on to building this. But it lets you see what is available for you if you wanted to change it up or do something different, all the different colors. So we'll roll through this. They give you a lot of options. I mean, you definitely got a lot of options. All right, and then there's our summary. Now, if we go to here, we go back to, let's go to this one again. I think I just got to go back to, I do got to go right back to the beginning, but this one doesn't take long. There's a Trailboss right here. We have it picked and selected. We hit exterior. Your color options, you can see some of them are more costly money. You could have cut that out and went with a different color if you wanted to. That's going to be fine. It'll drop that price down even more. You can see your options. We're going to roll right through them, same as we did with that. Okay, that's your exterior ones. Now we got to go to interior. Here's your interior options for it. Not a whole bunch of stuff that you can mess with. We go through here. Here are your packages. Okay, there's that convenience package we added. There's an advanced trailering package that we added. It's the only things that we did to this. We did not get carried away. We did not do anything crazy. Okay, just went simple and easy and functional. Probably should have included the spray and bed liner, and that's probably what I should have done. But that would have been a wash basically with the color anyway, so the price is the same. And then it takes us right into our, here's your other options, things like this that you could do with it, trailering options that are included. And there we go, and then you got your summary. So now let's go see what they're looking like on Auto Trader and stuff like that, just for some ideas. So we take a look here first at the Ranger. So for the Ranger, what I did is I went nationwide. I went 2024 Ranger Sport Trim Package, and it did not XLT. So we are in a XLT Ranger Sport XLT trim package, and they don't give me the options in here for like which one has the locker, any of that kind of stuff. I could have done FX4, but we're not gonna. So we're gonna leave that. But like I said, any of these prices might cost you $400 more if they didn't include a locker. You might have to look to see which ones do. But basically, what we're finding is we are finding prices of anywhere between, I got it set for lowest. So based on what we're seeing, you're going to be anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000 under MSRP. Okay, that's basically what you're going to be able to get. Here's $4,000 off right here. Okay, that's $4,000 off. Here's one that's coming in at $3,000 off. You're between $3,000 and $4,000 off MSRP on these sort of things right here. So that's basically, in a nutshell, kind of where you're going to be at. Some might be a little better, some might be a little worse, but it gives you, here's $5,000 off. $5,000 off. That's very, very nice. Okay, we got 5 there, we got 5 there. We got 5 there. We got some, so there's some 5s in here. So that's a beautiful thing. $5,000 off MSRP on these. That's why I was saying that the 2.7 V6, you're not going to see those discounts right now like that. So you're going to pay $2,100 more, and you're probably not going to get $5,000 off. Could, like I said, could be $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 more than buying it right now with a 2.3. And a 2.3 is a very solid, proven engine. So just keep that in mind. There's a big, significant cost hike right now in the real world rather than just a $2,200. But this gives you an idea on what you could be expected to pay for one of these. Basically, what we're seeing, real world numbers, is about $35,000. Okay, as we roll through these. Basically, for this truck, you're about $35,000 is what we're seeing in here. So if we go over to the Colorado, here's a Colorado nationwide, same thing, 2024. We went Colorado, we went Trailboss. We didn't do anything else on there. We sorted it by lowest price. On this one, we're seeing the same kind of thing here. We're basically, here's $3,000 off. Here's $3,000 off. We've seen a couple. You might get up. There's three. There's 3. There's 3. There's 3, basically, so you're basically looking at, $3,000 off is kind of what we're seeing across the board on here. Now, keep in mind, though, Chevy is easier to negotiate than what Ford is. So even though these are at 3, you probably can take it to 4. Okay, see what I'm getting at in there? And some are better than that. Look at right here. Here's one for 4. Here's $4,000 off right here too. So like I said, they're pretty close, but looking at the numbers of what we're seeing on here, basically it's about $1,000 difference overall, general average. If we look at right here on the Ranger, we're basically 35 grand, within $500 to 35 grand for a lot of these. Okay, as far as what we're seeing number wise, before negotiations, after, whatever cases, where we need a baseline, and this is giving us a baseline, about $35,000 for a Ranger XLT Sport with a rear locker. It's about where you're at. When we go over here to the Colorado Trailboss, we're about $36,000 is what we're seeing here. Okay, 36.5, 37, depending on how you average that out. So you're about $1,000 or somewhere between $1,000 to $2,000 more. But maybe knock that in half and call it about $1,000 difference, because like I said, easier to negotiate on this. So basically, these two trucks, $1,000 difference between the two of them. You can see here again what your value is and where your options lie, and make the best decision for you. For me personally, it would probably be the Colorado, but I don't know. It's tough. They're both great trucks. The backseat storage for me wins tremendously, and the backseat of the Colorado wins tremendously. And I actually like the layout of the dash better in the Colorado than I do that vertical screen in the Ranger. I just like the setup in the Colorado better, and I think the looks of the Colorado are way better. So I'd probably lean Colorado. But you cannot make a bad decision here with these two trucks. And if I had to base it on function and capability and what they can do, Man, it's a tough call. They're both right there. They both, like I said, in tire wise, you can jump them both to 33s. I'd rather have 33s on a 17 on a Ranger than 33s on an 18 on a Colorado. Like I said, trade offs everywhere, but they're so close. So, what would you pick? What would be the best truck for you? Which one would you want to go with based on what you're seeing here? So, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for watching.